Gentrification level 3.0 is when they change the name and add the word village. Many people around the world think that the World War was just England and the US and the Germans and everything else, but they don't realize that there was almost 2 million Africans and Caribbeans that fought and died in those wars. This was the first ever memorial erected on behalf of the fallen black soldiers. This was erected in 2017. The war ended in 1945.
What made the Jamaicans and Africans come over?
The biggest call was that there was not enough cheap labor in this country to help rebuild this country. So the British government went out to all the different British colonies and said, hey guys, why don't you come over to the motherland? The roads are paved with gold. This is the land of milk and honey. There's lots more opportunities. They were given permission to come over and work in this country. A law was passed in 1948 called the British Nationalities Act. This law entitled people from those different colonies around the world to become British nationals, which meant they could come and live, work and educate and stay in the UK for as long as they want in order to get the work that was needed to be done in this country. Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana, India, Pakistan, you name it. If you was a British colony back in 1945 during the war, you got the call to come over and help rebuild this country.
And when they got here,
it wasn't as rosy as it was made out.
We are in Brixton, y'all. Welcome back to another video. Another rainy day in London.
Yeah.
So I'm currently on a food tour slash history tour slash slash what else?
Slash dining experience.
Dining experience. Getting the real history of this place.
We're going to walk down this market. I'm going to show you some of the produces and everything else. This market has changed considerably. This is where the Texas slander comes in now, unfortunately. Texas slander.
Yeah, I know I came here last month, but I definitely didn't know what I was getting myself into. So today I wanted to do things a little differently.
There's a big gap here. Watch out, watch out. Watch out, please, guys.
So far, I have learned how Brixton came about and how it's changing so drastically. Super interesting. I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of the history. But right now we're walking through the market, about to go get some food, show y'all the vibes.
Right, gather around everyone. This is our first stop. So this is an authentic Jamaican patty. They constantly make them literally coming out constantly. It's just an absolute. For me, Jamaican patties are one of these things where
Got some corn.
I've got 2 more pieces here. Don't be shy, people.
First stop was some Jamaican patties from one of the first Jamaican restaurants that's been here 21 years. They originally had a food truck and now they have their own restaurant. Oh, is this a braiding shop? Girl, I need to come see y'all. I need to get my hair braided. But it's so crazy because I didn't realize that Brixton, the story of how y'all came about was due to the war.
So Saturdays we have all the Christians, the Muslims, they all come out and they stand around and they do their preaching, and it's probably the same where you guys come from as well. But
oh, that's what she's doing.
Yeah, she's preaching.
Everybody need a little Jesus in their life.
Honestly, this is if it was a nicer day, man,
it'd be even crazier.
Everybody's out. The Israelites, the nation, they all come out. The preaching and everything else. So everyone's come up here. He goes by the name of Michael John. He's famous in Brixton for his services to Brixton Market. For the last 29 years, those toilets right there, he's maintained those toilets. He's a toilet attendant. Yeah. So I'm gonna put some context behind it. When my mum used to drag me through to this market, her thing, as soon as before we left that, make sure you use the bathroom. Because once you get into the market, we're not coming back home. So if I got here and 3 hours into my 5-hour ordeal, I needed to use the toilet. Find a corner, do what you need to do. This market used to smell. Top, you can imagine coming down to buy your meat, your fish, your vegetables, and it just stunk of toilet. Until he turned up and started to maintain those toilets. So for us to have this till today is because of what he did for this market and everything else. So I'm going to show you gentrification level 2.0. You know you're gentrified when the shipping containers turn up in your neighborhood. The more colorful your shipping containers are, the higher the levels of gentrification is going up to. This just used to be an abandoned space where me and my boys used to ride our bikes, hang out and do all kinds of nonsense. It got knocked down and these shipping containers turn up in its place. They've got a DJ booth inside there, big screen for the sports and everything else. So on the weekends it's usually packed out. How far? You okay, yeah? Oh, this is where he is.
Okay.
So, yeah, welcome to Pop Brixton. I say it's a really nice space. I say if it wasn't raining, we'd actually be sitting down inside it to eat some food and everything else. They must have like a black market going on inside it today because my friend, who's usually outside, if you film that, you'll see that in Supercell.
Which one?
This guy here. Yes, King.
Supercell. If y'all ain't watched it, y'all need to watch it.
What's that number, brother? I didn't see you outside.
No, so you see me inside.
No, you're inside now, yeah? You're inside.
Inside.
Okay. So every weekend they're doing something different, whether it's like a vintage clothing, pop quiz. They've obviously got this happening today because of Carnival weekend. And then all along each of the aisles and everything else, there's different food eateries. There's a couple of recommendations I can make for you.
Yeah, so the last time we were here, we stopped in Pop Brixton, but it was really sunny. Today it's cloudy and rainy. So we're about to stop at a food truck and grab more food. I want me some jerk chicken, babes.
If you've been to a Jamaican restaurant before, or Jamaican takeaway, you stand up for about 15-20 minutes before you get to order, and then when you get to the front, can I have some oats? No, it's done. Can I have some jerk? No, it's done. Can I have some? No, it's done. Okay, tell me what you got. Rice. And cabbage. It's like, okay, can I have rice and cabbage? No, it's done. This is just one of the most delicious things in the world. It's made out of
Festival?
corn flour.
Never had this before.
Normal flour mixed in with your mixed spices. You've got your vanilla extract, your almond extract, some nutmeg, and it's like a giant churro.
This is very filling.
Pardon?
Fill you up.
Listen, I told you. Don't pace yourself, enjoy yourself. I wouldn't say it's lawless, but it's more just informal. Like literally, there'll be lots of guys with like the sound system that speakers play music and people singing and dancing and everything else on this side. This would never happen on the opposite side of the market. Ethiopia, Eritrea, and some parts of the United States is now being commercially manufactured around the world because of its properties. It's gluten-free. It's a really good grain, wholesome grain for your digestive system and everything else. The injera is fermented. It takes 2 to 3 days to make, and because it's fermented, it's got a slightly sour taste, but the microbiomes inside of it is really good for your digestive tract. In the middle, on both trays, is beef. Seasoned with some tomatoes and and then there's a spice called berabera, which is like a mixture of like 7 different spices, chilies and blends and everything else. It's slightly spicy, but it's not gonna blow your head off. It's like nice spice. But you guys have already said you're good with spices, right? Good, excellent. The orange one in the corner there, that's our minced lamb, seasoned with a bit of curry powder and some onions. And then we've got a green salad with some tomatoes. And then the red lentils in the corner, one of my personal favorites. Absolutely love this stuff. There's a seasoning inside there that makes it really, really nice. So we've got some extra injera on the side here. You've all washed your hands, you know what to do. All you've got to do is just tear off a piece, drop it on top of your vegetables, pop into your mouth. Excellent.
Okay. First time trying Ethiopian food.
So,
Eritrean
food.
Eritrea.
So for those that have done it before, you've done it before, right? So what you're going to do is, so if you have a look and see how, like you literally tear off a piece.
Oh, from here.
Yeah, so you tear off, tear off a nice sized piece, and then you drop it on top of your vegetables, and then you squeeze it, scoop it up, and then pop it into your mouth. There you go. That's
vegetables.
it. Yeah. So that's
anyone that you want.
Yeah, anyone you want.
Let me try this Popeye spinach.
Yeah, try the Popeye spinach. See, you're nodding, right? There you go. Thank me later. Yeah, so you. All in. When you start mixing and matching it up, when you find the ones that you like, you then mix it in, the flavor profile changes completely. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you.
No, totally my pleasure. Has anybody got any questions?
I have so many questions.
Go for it, man.
But I'm not going to ask right now.
No, honestly, like for me, like this experience is more than just a food tour, because the question that you may have, other people might have the same questions but might not feel. I don't want people to feel shy. Like honestly, this is set deliberately to be like a dinner party. The reason why we say hi, my name is, and everyone says it, is to break down those walls, and then everyone feels comfortable with each other, and you can just start talking and asking questions. So please don't feel shy. If you've got any questions about my neighborhood, about what I do, or if you've got any questions for anybody else.
But this right here.
There's a chef, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
So good. We just left the Eritrea. Please tell me, because I'm butchering it. I can feel it. Eritrea. You don't know either. I never say it. Eritrea. No, are you? Nobody knows. You ask Obi. Listen, the East African restaurants, Eritrea. You know. Okay, it's one of the two. They know which one it is. Listen, it was so good. It was my first time having it, and now I gotta go there. I don't know if I should go there. I'm gonna look into it, but I really want to try Ethiopian food too. But we're headed to the next spot to get more food. I hope we get some jerk chicken. Right, we cannot. Stay tuned. You guys want to say hi? Anyone? Hi. Hello. Yes, they shy. It's okay.
Gentrification level 3.0 is when they change your name and add the word village. This was never a village. This was just an indoor market. You came in here, you got your fruits, your vegetables, then you went home and you cooked it. When they bought this market, this is what they wanted. So this is like an indoor covered market. So if it was raining, snowing or anything else, you came inside here, you get your fruits, your vegetables and everything else and you go home. We're going to step inside and you're going to see why it's called a village now. So come on. All of this is right behind you. So what is now Mama Lamb selling bubble tea? All of this used to be fruit and vegetables. I'm going to show you how much it's changed. Look at the demographics of the people. Remember, it was black. Before, after. 3.0 is when they call it village. 4.0, colourful lanterns.
Yeah.
You know your Jennifer, like,
Yeah.
there's the telltale signs, isn't it? You see the colourful lanterns before,
Neon lights.
after.
Wow.
It has changed so much in this market now that if you wanted fondue,
You can find fondue. This is cute.
gentrification 5.0.
It's so cute. That's 5.0.
See already.
I was drawn to it.
You're drawn to it already. That's how
What
they
does
get
this
you.
mean?
Rooftop cocktail bar.
Oh, okay.
So they do bottomless mimosas and brunches and everything else.
Nice.
They get here 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and they won't leave till midnight because if they get hungry, they put the QR codes on all the table and they can order free from any one of these restaurants inside and it gets brought up for them inside here.
Oh, wow.
This is the blue section of the market.
That is cool.
See how different it is to the yellow section of the market. I say, if you could go down here and find 10 black people eating, come back, let me know, your tour free of charge.
Wow.
It's like
It's black owned.
black owned. The least is owned by Texas, but this is all black owned.
They even have yogurt.
Yeah. He's cashing in. Cashing in. So all of these sausages and everything else from his farm, they've got jerk, it's actually seasoned jerk pork sausages, jerk chicken sausages. If you love jerk chicken or curry goat and you don't know how to make it, it's already seasoned it up and marinated. All you need to do is just drop it in a pot. August of last year, spent an absolute bucket load refurbishing it to make it look like this. This opened up in December last year. So it's only, what month is this? 8th month, right? Of August, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's 8 months old.
You know where he's from originally?
Jamaica. It's Jamaican.
From Jamaica.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry. It's from Jamaica. Small black businesses like that, my man here, have a little stand here to like, right, sample your bits. If it works out well, then we'll get it in the store and we'll sell it. So these guys started off like him. He was like, right, yeah, come try the Chris, come try the Chris. And then like, oh, okay, people really mess with it. And now they've got a stand here. So that's what it's doing at the moment, letting people sample it to see whether or not it's something that they're actually going to stock inside the shop, which is really nice because he's bringing other black people up with him rather than just being up by himself and not bringing other people into the business as well. Now we have new peak dental from, I think they massage your gums and say Musa when they're taking the plaque out. We've got nail spas. I always say to yourself, when you put certain things in your neighborhood, that's when you know that how prices are going up. All of these bars and restaurants, they open till very late now. This stretch of road is like Party Central. So Wooden Water's owned by a former Miss Jamaica. I don't know who owns Brixton. Here's the venue here. used to be one of my favourite places to go to. The rum kitchen, platform. Used to be the spot where all the guys come down to get their rum cocktails and their Jamaican food. Closed its doors permanently after 15 years, 3 months ago. One of my most favourite beloved venues, all gone.
Wait, how long they was here?
14 years.
Wow.
Come on in, guys. Grab a seat, come on in, grab a seat.
Good enough?
So, right, welcome to Original Flavours. They started using their phones during COVID, posting menus on social media. Hey guys, this is how you make authentic jerk chicken, this is how you make curry goat, this is how you make blah, 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 and everything else. They went from posting online to a publishing and say, hey, listen, we love all your content and everything else. Why don't you create a cookbook? This book here. They went from this to saying, hey guys, the supermarket like, hey guys, we love all your content, we love your book, it's a real bestseller and everything else. Would you consider making some of your meals, ready-made meals, so we can stock in supermarkets? They start doing that. They went from phone to book to supermarket to 18 months ago.
Nice.
For two brothers from round the way to go from 5-6 years ago, hey, this is what you, to this. Honestly, it's absolutely bloody phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like for me, to see success like that, they could have opened this up anywhere. They chose here. They chose their neighborhood. They said, nah, let's do this here. And their food is top shelf. I said there's 2 more meals. I actually lied. There's probably going to be about 3 more meals here. If you don't like curry goat, get up and leave now. Because there's going to be authentic Jamaican curry goat. There's going to be an authentic Jamaican honey fried chicken. And there's going to be a chickpea and plantain curry with some rice and peas and everything else. And we're going to mix and match and everyone gets a bit of everything. So if you're full, I don't care. I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy it. You have the honey fried chicken. It's just dangerously nice. It's super moist. We have some saltfish fritters in the corner here. And then we have our curry goat. Seasoned, marinated for 36 hours. Slow cooked for 6. You got some Irish potatoes and some carrots inside there. That's been left to cook. That should be super tender and soft. And then we've got some more rice and peas here. So guys, everybody, don't be shy. Dive on in, bon appetit. I look like before. I'm still a big boy. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Yeah, I'm not where just go like everything else is people are diving here. Like,
We're gonna start with the chickpeas. What is chickpeas?
They're like kind of sweet, but spicy.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I get the first bite.
the chickpea, right? And the chickpea and the plantain.
The fried chicken is really good. This right here.
Fritters, the salted fritters. Good.
So good.
The boys go with moist, right? Toast to new friendships and new memories in Brixton. So guys, cheers. Cheers. Thank you so much for being on my tour. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, I learned in Spain that if you don't do this, you'll have bad sex for the rest of your life if you don't hit the table. Yeah,
don't want that.
Don't want that. I'm here for him.
Let me turn this shit around. Welcome to Windrush Square. This square was renamed as the Windrush Square in honor of the Africans and Caribbeans that first came over and settled in this country. The reason why this was renamed Windrush Square was because there was a huge concentration of Caribbeans and Africans that settled in Brixton. This used to be all like a private garden up until 1989 when the local council decided to honor the 50th anniversary of the Windrush settling in the UK. They renamed all of this to Windrush Square in honor of those Caribbeans that came over. The Windrush signifies a ship that came over. That was the first ship that left the Caribbean in 1948 with the first 600 economic migrants that came from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, to help rebuild this country.
What made the Jamaicans and Africans come over?
The biggest call was that there was not enough cheap labor in this country to help rebuild this country. So the British government went out to all the different British colonies and said, hey guys, why don't you come over to the motherland? The roads are paved with gold. This is the land of milk and honey. There's lots more opportunities. Lots of people from the Africas and Caribbeans and Indians, because they were British colonies, they were given permission to come over and work in this country. A law was passed in 1948 called the British Nationalities Act. This law entitled people from those different colonies around the world to become British nationals, which meant they could come and live, work and educate and stay in the UK for as long as they want in order to get the work that was needed to be done in this country. essentially, one of the main reasons why we were over in this country is because there was not enough cheap labor. And they went round to the different colonies and said, hey, why don't you come over
Jamaica,
here?
Nigeria.
Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana, India, Pakistan, you name it. If you was a British colony back in 1945 during the war, you got the calls to come over and help rebuild this country.
And when they got here,
it wasn't as rosy as it was made out. So when they got here, whilst the British government was out there saying, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, unfortunately, a lot of the people that were in this country didn't want us over here. To the point where people had signs in windows and doors saying no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. There was a lot of racial abuse, a lot of racial discrimination. There's a term that goes around in this country like, oh, you come over here to steal our jobs and steal our women. That came from back in those days when Africans and Caribbeans came over to do the jobs that the people in this country didn't want to do. On the floor, as I said, renamed Windrush, SS Windrush. As I said, in honor of the first ship that came over and helped rebuild this country from the Caribbean and everything else. And then on this wall over here, we have a monument dedicated to the fallen soldiers from the World War I and World War II. Now, many people around the world think that the World War was just England and the US and the Germans and everything else, but they don't realize that there was almost 2 million Africans and Caribbeans that fought and died in those wars. This was the first ever memorial erected on behalf of the fallen black soldiers. This was erected in 2017.
oh wow.
The war ended in 1945. This was the first time we were honored and recognized for our part in those 2 world wars ever in the world, in Europe. Like, this was the first in 2017. So like a clean 60 odd years later, this was erected in honor of Africans and Caribbeans. On the top of the stone, it details where people came from. So you had Nigeria, you had Trinidad Navy, you've got the Gold Coast, you've got Gambia, then on the bottom side you've got Rhodesia, you've got the Caribbean, so you've got the West Indies Regiment. So all of these guys were not recognized up until 2017 when this was erected in honor of us. And it's poignant that it's in Windrush Square as well, because as I said, the Windrush was the first ship that left the Caribbean.
That was the name of the ship.
That was the name of the ship that left. In fact, what I'll do is I'll show you what it looks like.
You got a picture of it?
Of course I do. This talk could be 4 or 5 hours long. But I have to draw a line because nobody wants to be sitting around talking or doing history. So this is what Windrush Square used to look like back in 1880. So see that mansion there? Police officers standing outside. As I said, this was all used to be private gardens. This was all redesigned.
Wow. Right here.
Yeah, all right here. So this mansion that you see right here is that one over there.
This house right here?
That house right there. Yeah. So all of this used to be private gardens for that house and everything else. You see, look, you can see the police officer.
Wow.
You see police officers standing outside. This was redesigned in 1989 in honor of these guys. This is the Windrush. That is the first ship that left the Caribbean in 1948 with the first 600 economic migrants to come and help rebuild this country. So, this square that we're standing in, renamed after this boat. These are the brothers that came over.
Rebuild England.
Rebuild England. The call to arms was basically, your country needs you, your king wants you over here, there's lots of jobs, there's lots of opportunities. We get over here and it's like, nah, okay, we don't want you here.
I stepped into a Top Boy episode.